The Vans Slip-On Pro used to be my absolute favorite shoe to skate in, but in 2021, Vans did something that would change this shoe forever. Vans went through a massive upgrade with their entire line of skate shoes and renamed them from their Pro range to their Skate range, meaning what used to be the Slip-On Pro is now upgraded and replaced by the Vans Skate Slip-On. Now you might be thinking that this is a positive and the right move for Vans to upgrade all of their skate shoes and make them better. But in this process, they've made these shoes extremely painful to wear and lost a lot of loyal customers because the shoes are just so uncomfortable, and I'm going to tell you why. With the new upgraded Skate Slip-Ons, the waffle sole is 2 mil deeper and the actual walls are thicker, so the sole is going to be more grippy and won't wear out as fast. They have the same insole as the Slip-On Pros, but under the sole has been reinforced and made more firm to protect you from landing primo or getting heel bruise when you're jumping down stuff. The side walls have been upgraded to their slick stick rubber, which is also more grippy and longer lasting, with the foxing tape coming up higher as well. There's a reinforced Duracap layer under the toe here, making it longer lasting in those areas that wear out faster from doing flip tricks and all of your ollies and stuff. And then the way the shoe fits your foot has been completely changed, which is what makes it so tight and uncomfortable to wear. So inside of the shoe has been hollowed out and made for your foot to sit deeper in the shoe. The heel walls have also been narrowed to keep your heel sitting snug inside the back of the shoe so your foot never slips out of the shoe. So because the fit of the shoe has been made tighter and they've added the Duracap layer under the toe and the upgraded and more durable suede and rubber that they've used, these shoes are just so stiff and tight, making them so uncomfortable and painful to wear. But saying all of that, once these shoes are worn in, they are actually the best shoes to skate in, and they're a way better model than the Slip-On Pros used to be. The board feel is great, the sole protection is amazing, and the flick on these shoes are the best. But let me tell you about the break-in period of these shoes, because there's no way you're going to get these straight out of the box, put them on, and be able to skate them comfortably. So these are the pair that I've been skating recently, and these literally took 4 weeks to wear in, to the point where I could skate in them. And that's not me skating in them to wear them in, that's me just wearing them around and walking in them each day just to wear them in enough for me to be able to skate in them. So the wear-in period on these shoes are horrible. Because they're made to fit tighter, because they've got all this reinforced rubber and suede, these are built to last a long time. But because of that, they're so horrible and so stiff to wear at first, and because they're slip-ons, you can't loosen them up. You just have to stick at it and keep wearing them in until they're comfortable enough to skate in. So I was wearing these around the house, wearing these to work, wearing these just literally walking around, trying to loosen them up and get them worn in so I could skate them. There's no way I would have been able to put these on and skate them instantly. I had to put 4 weeks of work into wearing these in before I could even step on my skateboard in these things. But once again, once you've gone through that wear-in period, these are literally my favorite shoes, and they really do last a long time. I've been skating these for about 6 to 8 weeks and they haven't even ripped through yet, and the bottom hasn't worn out completely either. So these new ones that I've got are just on that 4 weeks of me wearing them in. I've been wearing them to work, I've been wearing them around the house and out to eat and everything, and they're finally comfortable enough where they don't hurt my feet, so I'm pretty sure they are ready to skate. So this is going to be my first skate in these today. I'm going to update you along the process, where they hurt my feet if they do, and then give you guys some tips on how you can wear your shoes in faster if they are giving you trouble like these ones usually do. So let's go head to the skate park. So the shoes are skating great like I knew they would. They didn't take long to wear in, but it is really stiff across this part of my foot here, which is always a problem with these. My right foot seems to be a bit bigger than my left too, so I get more pain on the right one across here, but the left one just feels like it's squishing my toe, my big toe here. So they're not as bad as I thought today, but I have worn them in for about 4 weeks already, just wearing them. So this is my first time skating them, and they're not doing too bad so far, but they're still a bit squishy. So board feels good already, the flip tricks worked well, and the impact was fine jumping down the 6 stair. So I'm just gonna keep skating, see if these start getting more painful or they start wearing in even better. And then I'll give you guys some hacks and tips on how to break these in a little bit faster so you don't have to wear them for 4 to 6 weeks before you can skate in them, if you want to skate these. So this is how the shoes are looking after about a 3-hour skate today. They're not really worn out at all on either side. So the shoes look really good after a 3-hour session, plus the 4 weeks it took to wear these in to the point where I could skate them. But I did have to cut my session short because these were killing my feet after the 3-hour point. I actually had to have a little 5-minute rest, take these shoes off and just sit and let my feet relax for a little bit because these were squishing my feet towards the 2.5-hour mark. Then I put them back on, tried to skate for another 30 minutes, and then I just had to call it because my feet were just hurting too much. So on my left foot, the point that was hurting me the most was right there, right on the side where when I'm ollieing and doing kick flips and tray flips and everything, that's the point where that gets most of the pressure on my grip tape. So that's what was hurting me the most on my left foot. And then on my right foot, the back here was kind of digging into my heel and I felt like I started getting a blister. And then this part here, because that's the bridge of your foot there, and this does not loosen or tighten. So that's pretty much set where it is unless you keep getting it worn in. So it felt like the whole panel across here from that stitching to that stitching was just like cutting into my foot across there, as well as giving me a bit of a blister on that side. So the things that hurt my feet were different on each foot. But saying that, the shoes skated really well. There was a lot of board feel, the flip tricks were good, the board feel locking into ledges and rails were good, but it just felt like the longer I skated, the more my feet would hurt. These did feel worn in straight away though, but that's probably because I had been wearing these for 4 weeks before I stepped on my skateboard, so it just depends which way you look at it. So I really do love these shoes to skate in. As much as the wear-in period sucks and how painful it is, I know that it's worth it once they're worn in. But it's definitely up to you guys if you think it's worth going through that wear-in period. A lot of people don't, and that's completely fair. I can see why. It's a lot easier to just find some shoes that are way more comfortable, wear in straight away, and are long lasting as well. So some tips that you can use to help your shoes wear in faster. I've mentioned this a lot on my channel, but a brand new pair of shoes, I put them in the microwave straight away. So I'll put them in for a minute, take them out, put them straight back on my feet, and I start walking around instantly. And then as the rubber and glue starts soothing a little bit and cooling down, it kind of molds your foot a little bit better. So I do that with every single pair of my shoes ever. The second little hack you can do is see the red stitching on the inside there. That's what I feel like was digging into my foot and giving me a blister. If you use wax, you can rub it on that panel there. So once that bit is rubbing on your foot again, it kind of just slides and it doesn't dig in, so it makes it a little bit more comfortable. Otherwise, you can just put a big band-aid on the back of your heel and that'll cover that position the same way. Or you could do both. So besides those two hacks, the other thing I do is what I've already said. I wear my shoes for a few weeks until they're kind of worn in enough to feel comfortable to skate in, because putting brand new shoes on as you're trying to skate, there's just such a long period of the shoe having to mold and fix and flex around your foot to the point where they start feeling good. So they're the 3 best hacks that I have for wearing in shoes like these that are really painful at the beginning. But I want to hear if you think the 4-week period of these wearing in is worth it, or you would just get a different brand shoes. So let me know below. I know it's a bit ridiculous to wear shoes for 4 weeks before you can skate in them, but I definitely know the payoff of having these shoes worn in is very worth it to me. But if it's not worth it for you, check out the America slip-on video I did right here, which is a cheaper and much more comfortable alternative to the Vans slip-ons. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.